It just rocks. The all new Rock 96.7 is on. Breaking Benjamin, I will not bow. I'm T-Roy, and I am feeling really funky right about now. Shot number 5. We're getting ready to do shot number 6. Officer Dundas here with me. Here we go. You're putting more and more whiskey in the shot every time, by the way, James. I have someone else actually doing my shot, and that's more than a regular shot.
That's exactly what I've been doing every time.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. It's starting to hurt. Here we go.
Your judgment is skewed already.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. How can this thing is full? All right. Shot number 6.
Nice.
Yes. It goes down smoother, and that's not a good thing. By the way, today here at the radio station is actually technically a day off. I mean, it's one of our paid holidays or whatever, which is a good thing because we have a couple of very good-looking female employees here. And if they were here right now, I'd probably be doing something I shouldn't be doing, sexual harassment lawsuits, HR department, and everything else.
That's why it's called loudmouth soup.
Thank you very much, yes. Officer Dundas, and I got to tell you what, you've been a champ throughout this whole morning and everything else. And again, Officer Dundas got off work last night at midnight. He has to go back on shift at noon, and he's got to take me home when this is all said and done. In a very cool car, by the way.
Brand new Charger.
That is that. Do you like driving that thing?
I do. It's all-wheel drive, so it gets around pretty well.
You get around in the snow pretty quick. Can you go flying down the roads?
Probably not today, but when it's dry out.
Right, yeah, obviously. So, and I tell you what, you're going to be, hopefully, I hope this isn't true, but odds are you're probably going to be busting some drunk drivers.
I imagine I'll probably deal with 1 or 2 tonight.
Right, and how does that go? How do you feel? I mean, you're not out there, you're not excited to pull over drunk drivers.
It's never a pleasant encounter. Obviously, they're not going to be happy when they get caught drinking and driving. Mm-hmm. Things really go bad when they find out they're going to go to jail. I would prefer a night where I don't have to pull over any drunk drivers.
Right.
Unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't happen because people do think that, hey, I'm not going to get caught.
Right.
Rather than having the mindset of, hey, I already have my sober ride set up before I went out.
Which is a smart way to go about it too, absolutely, and especially on a night like tonight, or even tomorrow night, because a lot of people are going to carry it over into the extra night, being that it's a
Saturday
3-day weekend almost type of thing. So what do people need to know to not get a DUI?
Be smart. If you're going to have more than one drink, have a ride set up. Carpool. Get one sober driver that can go out with you, hang out, party the night away, and then at the end of the night, he's the only one with car keys, so he's the only one that's going to be driving home.
Right.
Use the cab services here in town. They're there for a reason.
Right.
I'm sure they're going to have more guys working tonight just because they are going to have such a huge clientele list.
Now, and like we mentioned the 3 of them, Casper Cab, Yellow Cab, and RC Cab, is that correct?
RC Cab.
All right, I'm making sure I still remember some of this. Now, those are all the ones you pay, and the reason you pay them is because these guys are doing a service with like $12 to get you home, and we're in Casper, Wyoming. I mean, really, you don't have too far to go. But there's also a free service out there in case you get to the point where it's the end of the night and you don't have any money left. Tipsy Taxi, 234-8294. I'm going to give you this number again, 234-8294. It's a great program. It's all privately funded. They do different fundraisers and stuff like that. And what was it, like $45,000 worth of rides they gave last year?
It was $42,000
Wow.
worth of rides. It was just over 3,000 rides, and that's within its first year.
Right.
The concept came up last summer. Went to the city council. They thought it was a good idea. December it was implemented. And, 1 year, 3,000 rides, and I'm sure that's going to almost double. When they look at the numbers next year.
Right, and DUIs are actually up, and the reason is because you guys have more people out there looking for them, and the police force is more employees, I guess we'll call it, and you're just catching more people. It's not more people are drinking and driving, it's more people are getting caught drinking and driving. We want to see that number go down. We really do, with things like Tipsy Taxi or the different cab rides out there. Anybody else you know of out there that would, if you were lit up, that would give you a ride home?
Everybody has to know somebody who doesn't drink or who's going to be sober tonight. Always give them a ride, or always give them a call so that you can get a ride.
Right.
And just plan ahead. That's the biggest thing. I mean, it's early in the morning. You can start calling people now, and so that way, if you have a ride set up, 10, 12 hours in advance, you'll be good to go.
Right.
And,
yeah, plan ahead. Absolutely. I mean, that's it. Is you don't want to be that last minute thing, calling your buddy at 2:00 in the morning. Hey, come pick me up. Because odds are, I mean, most likely, we all know somebody like you were saying that doesn't drink. I mean, there's always that one buddy who's like, you know what, I've sworn it off. Bad things have happened, or whatever else. Then we all know, like a guy like me is when I go out and drink, and I go out drinking. It's not to have 1 or 2 drinks. It's to have a good time. So I call it. The next day it ends up, you know, gosh, I'm getting old. I shouldn't be drinking like that anymore. So plan ahead, and I'm starting to ramble on, Officer Dundas. I apologize. I've been drinking. I ain't gonna lie. Shot number 6. It hurts. Oh, but I'm lasting longer than I thought I would.
Yeah, you're doing good still. Only about an hour and a half left. Hour
Right.
15.
Yeah. You think I'll make it?
I think you'll be good.
All right. I'm gonna go
You're
home.
hanging in there.
My wife was so worried. You know, don't come home and throw up all over the house. Is exactly what she said to me. And I told her, I says, if it happens, it happens. So she said, don't
Nature
come
taking
home.
its course.
Yeah, right. Well, Officer Dundas, we'll talk with you more. I got more myths to ask you about, too. By the way, coffee doesn't dilute the effects
Coffee
at all.
doesn't help.
I'm more awake now, but I still feel kind of great, you know, so. Or maybe not so great. Officer Dundas, thank you for hanging out with us. Another hour with you. More nonstop rock up next. News, weather, all that wonderful stuff. I've been drinking.